with very little on the line for either team. The Toronto Maple Leafs and Tampa Bay Lightning managed to put on a pretty good show in the last home game of the regular season at Scotiabank Arena. But it was Steve Stamkos who had a goal and an assist as the Lightning beat the Maple Leafs 3-1 Thursday on Fan Appreciation Night. The fans appreciated most of it, especially after Mitch Marner got the Leafs off to a 1-0 lead in the first. Neither team truly dominated play, and it did look for a bit like neither one was really give it their all, perhaps with an eye on staying healthy for the postseason starting next week. Lightning goaltender Andrei Vasilevskiy, the game's second star, turned aside 29 of 30 shots by the Leafs. Rick Matinick, Toronto star, but Tampa was the better team in the third, rewarded with Alex Killorn's game winner and Nikita Kucherov's empty netter. The point brought the NHL's scoring leader to within one of Alex Mogilny's record for the most by a Russian in a single season, 127. What it means: the Lightning won 3 of 4 games against the Leafs this season, joining Boston and Ottawa as the only teams with that many victories against Toronto. While the outcome wasn't going to change playoff seeding for either team, the Lightning continue to chase history. The Lightning are now one win from tying the NHL record of 62, set by the 1995-96 Detroit Red Wings. Record envy: Leafs coach Mike Babcock tipped his hat to the season the Lightning have had, chasing 62 wins in today's National Hockey League. 45 is an unbelievable year. So, good on them. They've got good depth, they've improved their team, their players have changed over and over and over again, they've done a real nice job managing the cap. They're a good team. We're all envious. Home and cooled. The Leafs finished their home season with a 2-3-1-6-2 record, well off their franchise record the 2nd of October 29 campaign last year. Mitch Marner led the team in assists, 36, and points, 50, at home. John Tavares led in goals, 26, on home ice. For Toronto, Marner had the only goal of the first period, tipping a Tampa pass and firing a hard shot past goalie Andrei Vasilevskiy. For Tampa, Stamkos scored on a short-handed breakaway in the second period to tie the game. Stamkos then set up Killorn for the go-ahead goal at 14:12 of the third period. Defenseman Mikhail Sergachev intercepted an Austin Matthews pass in the neutral zone to set up the play. Gardiner's back. Leafs defenseman Jake Gardiner returned to the lineup after missing 18 games with a wonky back and played just less than 17 minutes. The Leafs went 8-7-3 in his absence. The idea is to try to get back into game shape for the playoffs. If his back holds up, he'll play the season finale on Saturday. It's basically just trying to get him up and running so he can feel good going into the playoffs, said Babcock. When you've been off for 5 weeks, it's really tough no matter how good a player he is. Gardiner is a really good player, but you also want to play, be feeling good, that's the bottom line, to play well. It's an important time of year, and it looks like he has a window here. We're going to try to take advantage of it. Roster notes: the Leafs have only played 18 games with their best lineup. On Thursday, both Jake Muzzin and Nazem Kadri were scratched. The reasons were not disclosed, but Muzzin's wife is expecting a baby. Justin Hall, Martin Marincin, and Igor Ozhiganov and Nick Peton were the Leafs' healthy scratches. The Lightning were without top defenseman Victor Hedman, concussion, but he's expected back for the playoffs. Up next, the Leafs close the regular season Saturday against the Canadiens in Montreal. The game will mean more to Montreal, still trying to make the playoffs. Kevin McGran is a sports reporter based in Toronto. Follow him on Twitter, at Kevin_McGran. Report and air journalistic standards about the Star sports action and reaction delivered to your inbox. New NEWSLETTERSPORTSIGN up.